What's up, my comic book brothers and my comic book sisters from another mister? Today we're going to do a comic book review of Edge of Spider-Verse, issue number 4, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. In the 616 universe, we are introduced to Peter Porker, the fearless and ever so brave Spider-Ham. Man, I'm hungry after reading this. Beating up on criminals and dropping pig-related punchlines and hopefully pig-related dishes. Okay, I'll stop with the pork jokes. That is what Porker does best, minus the pork dishes. Right now, he lives his best life doing these two things. It seems like another typical day for Porker, but then he comes across Pete, Spiderman, who asks Porker how he got his powers and all the usual questions like what do you do, what happened, tell me more about yourself, that you would ask a Spider-Man. It's rather long, but since this is a Spider-Verse we are talking about, this Brother Spider Power Origins has like an HGTV, House Hunter, Barca Hunters kind of storyline to it. For example, instead of Green Goblin, the name is Green Lawn Goblin. And Craven the House Flipper. You can check it out if you decide to get the comic. Porker, however, was confused, probably just like you and I too, as to who Pete was. Porker tells him off by saying that he is the laziest superhero in the entire multiverse. Damn, that's pretty low, bro. Pete listens closely, but someone yells out for help in the distance. Then the two see a fire in a building and a little girl is trapped at the top. Without a second thought, Peter goes to save the girl. Even though Porker tells him to stay out the way, this act of bravery from Pete was enough to convince Porker that Pete, too, is Spider-Man at the end of the day. The two tell each other goodbye and hope to meet each other again sometime down the line. Porker swings off but is immediately interrupted in his swing by an insect. Just like my car gets interrupted by an insect after I get it washed, and they conveniently decide to interrupt my clean windshield. It's an annoying feeling, but anyways. We then switch to Earth 423 where Princess Petra is going through the market with a disguise on her head. It is because she doesn't want to be identified in public. Petra has a robotic spider on her arm at all times whom she calls Webster. This has like an Aladdin kind of feel to it. Princess Jasmine, anyone? Anyways. Okay, so suddenly there is a loud boom and that just messes everything up and no more musical. We see that Bishop Octopus has arrived with all her might. She probably hungry too. James the musician dares to get brave and Bishop Octopus threatens him that, you know what, you're gonna be singing at your own funeral with your own funeral tune if you keep this up, bruh. Petra takes the frying pan and smacks it into Octopus's face. The octopus grabs her with one of her tentacles and as Petra hood comes off of her, her cover is blown. Octopus leaves her because she is searching for an orb which she has to find at all costs before the ball takes place tonight. Petra too forgets about the ball and she is reminded of it and she immediately runs home. Petra goes to her mother who is the queen of the land. She looks like the evil queen from Snow White. You guys can probably guess how old I am from these references, and if you get the references it's all good because these movies are classics. Her mother tells her how worried she has been. She doesn't give Petra permission to go to the ball despite how badly Petra wants to go because she fears for her daughter's life. She locks Petra's door and says she can't attend the ball because it will be too dangerous. We all know that the king, Petra's father, was murdered by the assassin not too long ago. Sorry, not the assassin, a assassin, which remains a mystery whoever this assassin is. Petra looks into her mirror and says she wishes things would be different. The next moment, a witch appears out of thin air. Much to Petra's shock, she introduces herself as Petra's godmother, not godmother, godmother. And she is in the form of a goblin. She introduces herself as Norma. Like a Norman Osborn reference. You got to love the references and the similarities to the main Spider-Man universe. Seeing how desperately she wants to head to the ball, Norma grants Petra a wish and gives Petra a beautiful outfit with spider powers. The only condition is that when the clock strikes midnight, she can choose between her powers or love. It was difficult for Petra to digest as she now is known for Princess Spinstress. At the ball, Princess Spinstress makes her entrance, but she has to be careful and not get distracted. Royalty from all over the kingdoms are in attendance. Webster informs her of that, which is her robotic spider. She also discovers that with her new powers, she can understand Webster to her surprise. Okay, well these new powers come with perks now. The queen welcomes the people from the 6 kingdoms, claiming that an assassin had killed her husband. A man gets up looking like J. Jonah Jameson in this universe, claiming that she is lying and that her dark magic practices killed him, not the assassin. She has him seized and tells him that he's spewing lies up in here, like, nah, bro, this is my party and it's my part and I'll cry if I want to kind of deal. A fight breaks out and Princess Spinstress webs Bishop Octopus from doing any more damage. Before I go any further with the content, link in description if you wish to add this comic book or any of the other comic books to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. The queen takes an orb that she was concealing, puts it on her head, and transforms into the mysterious empress with the orb in her possession. Face to face with Spinstress, not knowing it's her daughter, she refuses to recognize her because of the orbs holding her back. I mean, her daughter did accidentally yell out mom before attacking. The daughter and mother do go neck and neck with each other, with Spinstress unable to keep up at the start. However, the fight proceeds, the clock strikes midnight, and Spinstress still needs her power to save the people at the ball. That's a tough position to be in, and it makes things more interesting. She shortens her dress, removing all the excess webbing to move faster, and uses one of the octopus's tentacles to spray ink on her mother's orb helmet. She then proceeds to kick her helmet and break it. She saves the people and the ball, but knows she can never love again. The only love she'll be doing at this time for the rest of her life is the love of being a hero. But she can't love romantically. She also loses a slipper somewhere during the fight. As the man asks for my lady's name, she says it's Spinstress. Suddenly, there's a large boom and a portal in front of her opens up. Madam Web tells Spinstress that her magic is desperately needed right now. We are also introduced to Spider Mobile from Earth 53931, whose real identity is Peter Parkar. As he saves a few cars from the bad cars, Spider UK shows up and recruits him on behalf of Madam Web for the upcoming big mission. Spider Mobile jumps right into the portal. It's 4 pages of story, but I'm going to leave some meat on the bone if you decide to get this comic. Link in description, by the way. We also have really cool Rated Comics exclusives on our website, especially the Spider-Man issue #1 Rated Comics exclusive. Cover artist is Gabriel Del Alto, and that story takes place after the events of Edge of Spider-Verse. Just want to throw it out there for you casual readers or collectors out there watching. But that's not all though. We are also introduced to Sun Spider from Earth 223. She is Charlotte Weber, handicapped in real life but a spider hero, who saves people like any other spider. Bitten by a radioactive spider 3 years ago gave her powers, but she couldn't get rid of her disease. She is confined to a wheelchair when she isn't fighting crime, and she heads to a party with her 3 friends. At the party, there's no ramp for her wheelchair, and we get a layer of character about Charlotte. She swears everyone knows what's best for her. She understands that everyone means well when they're helping her out, but she feels she can stick up for herself. She doesn't want to feel like a baby. She conveys that she can handle things on her own, a little bit of pride, but in other words, treat her like a human being that's capable. There, she confronts Octo Octavius, who tries to help her by trying to experiment with his tentacles on her. She denies it, and Octavius goes into a rage to destroy the party. Damn, brother, we all been rejected. It's all good. Charlotte then switches to the spider suit and saves the day with Histamina, another superhero. All these superheroes just coming out of nowhere in this multiverse. I mean, okay, it's a party now. Then at the end of the day, Doc Ock is then arrested. Finally arrested, he's finally subdued. In handcuffs, he yells like he only wanted Charlotte to see what freedom these legs could give her. But it seems Charlotte has accepted her condition with grace. As for Charlotte, she's about to dance with Aster. But before that dance can happen, she is contacted by Madam Web. That's like, why did I get like a thing of Captain America, asking Peggy Carter for that last dance, and she just waits for that last dance. But anyways, Charlotte is contacted by Madam Web because Web thinks that Charlotte is ready for what's coming. More than Charlotte, they need Sun Spider on their side. And that is the end of this issue of Edge of Spider-Verse, issue #4. Okay, at first I was kind of complaining about just what you're gathering all these heroes. When are we going to get to the villain? I wonder if we're going to get to the villain at the end of issue #5, or if all these issues are just going to be, it's all a recruitment so we get to know all these Spider-Verses. Then this next issue is going to be all about who this new villain is. At the end of the day, I'm going to review issue #5 because that is the last piece of the issue, last piece of the story for Edge of Spider-Verse. So yeah, stick around for that. Like the video, subscribe to this channel. With all that being said, Edge of Spider-Verse, issue #4. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Don't be shy, don't be stingy. Hit Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Also, this review is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the Super Thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.